Craig, it was a strange game because the first half, as I say, Morocco forgot to play.
Yeah, I mean, it was a bit like, can I shoehorn Scotland in again?
Well, yes, they were...
Well, it was a bit like Morocco against Scotland. The game was relatively close, that game, and it shouldn't have been with Morocco's quality. And this, I was expecting more of what we saw in the second half for 90 minutes, but I've got to give a lot of credit to Canada.
Yep.
The first half, the way they played, particularly the first 20 minutes, they swarmed all over this Moroccan side. But as we heard on the commentary, to keep that up for 90 minutes is difficult, and then that little bit of quality came through. So, yeah, from Canada's perspective, you know, a really, really good effort. I wouldn't be ashamed at losing 3-0 because Moroccans are a better side. But they put up a good fight, but in the end, not a surprise. And probably going to set up a Morocco-France game, barring a disaster. So, yeah, no surprise there.
Unai's goal in the 50th minute, just 5 minutes after, that kind of changed everything. You feel that took the wind out of Canada's sails completely?
Yeah, definitely, because you know, Canada was pushing and trying to get back into the game, and then especially the goals break their neck, right?
Yeah.
Because then you have to open more up, and you run into more counter breaks and transition game, and Morocco is a good team, so you have to say that too. Even as Canada had completely control over the first half, and they don't have chances to score later on, and Morocco used their chances and changed the complete game. And after 3-0, you have to say that maybe it's quality, you know, to let the other team make the game, and then at the end, you know, you score the goals when you need to.
You've got to take your chances, Frank.
Yeah, well, the thing is, you know, a team like that, they like to sit back and they like to feel the game. Canada should have scored the goal, and because when you miss the chances to open up the score sheet, you're going to be punished after that. And it's what happened today. And Morocco knows how to deal with that, and they were strong. They lost their striker Saibari, but somebody else came, Unahi, and that's how they made and how they work. But if they play like that against France, they can be in trouble.
Or Paraguay.
Okay. Well, allow me to be a little bit
arrogant.
You know,
Yes.
No, French.
Okay.
But no, yes, of course, if France beat Paraguay, but if it happens, well, you never know in football. But if it's what everybody thinks, except Paraguay fans, but it's going to be a revenge from a semi-final 4 years ago. But Morocco wouldn't be allowed to sit back and wait for the French to miss their chances, because we know the talent at front, and they can be very early in the game punished.
You couldn't give France that amount of possession,
right,
and get away with it. I don't think. Maybe if they had an off day, but you're thinking about Dembele and Doué, Mbappe, Michael Olise, and others coming from midfield. If you allow that amount of territory and possession, you know, you'd think they're going to do something a bit special in that final third. So I think Morocco are going to have to find a way to get a little bit further up the field, and that's taking a risk. But you're going to have to take risks to get through in this competition. You're not going to beat, if it is France, you're not going to beat them, I don't think, by just sitting in for 90 minutes and hoping to catch it on a counter.
We saw in a different level, in a different matter, we saw yesterday Cape Verde giving it and going forward against the world champion, and it almost worked. And sometimes you have, as you say, you have to take risks and try your best to surprise everybody.
And Morocco can, because we saw the first 25 minutes against Brazil. Although Brazil are not, I wouldn't say Brazil are as strong as France, of course they're not. But they couldn't get the ball off Morocco early on. So they have got it in them to take the game by the scruff of the neck. Whether they will or not, if it's France, that remains to be seen.
How would you sum up Canada's tournament?
I would say it was a good tournament, but in the end, I think it's like all the home teams, right? The tournament starts now with the round 16, you know, because especially with I said it before, US, Canada, you know, it was most of the time they've finished in the round of 16.
Yes.
So now that's the most important games. I think that's the toughest games what they all faced, and I think Canada played a good tournament, you know, in that they lose now 3-0 against Morocco. It looks from the result at the end looks bad, but we talked about it. If you look at the game, they had chances to change this whole game in a different direction. They don't do it, and that shows you too that the quality of the individual teams, you know, they're good. And to if you look at forward now, Morocco against France, I think too, yeah, France has a good team, Morocco has a good team.
Paraguay could still win.
Paraguay can win too, 100%. But I think if you look at the results, the last past games, and then look at the next games, but if Morocco or France comes, I think a big role would be too that it's kind of a rivalry.
Yes.
Even in the country of France, you know, you have a lot of people from Morocco and everything, so you will see a complete different face of Morocco.
Yeah,
playing
It's
against
no
the
shame
France.
to lose to Morocco 3-0. Some of us have managed that in the World Cup in '98. Frankie?
You saw most of that game, didn't you, from the
I
changing rooms?
watched the second half on
Yes.
TV
Yeah.
after my red card.
Yeah, lovely.
But I tell you what, though, look, a little bit of credit here for Jesse Marsch. Jesse Marsch, what are you laughing at?
No, are you?
That's okay. I really think he's a good coach. I mean, he might be a little...
He rubs people up the wrong way, doesn't
He's
he?
a little confident, and well, that's fine. He's confident and he'll say things. But he's coached around Europe and Austria and Germany and England. National team now. He's obviously coached in the US. He gets the most out of the players. He gets the most out of what he's got, I think. So I think he's done a really, really good job with Canada when you look at that side. And the result's a little bit flattering on Morocco today. But why are you smirking away?
Because I'm thinking about what I'm going to ask Jermaine in a moment. And I've made myself laugh already by asking the question.
Okay, well, this has to be good.
When Pochettino leaves, Jesse Marsch has got to be first pick, hasn't he?
Nice. What are you laughing at?
That was it.
That was funny. That was funny.
myself laugh.
Okay.
Jermaine?
Let's say this. I think, and I always said it, I think he's a good coach.
Yeah.
I agree on that. And I think he was maybe treated not right, because I think when you look at the people who were coaching before him, I think it was time for him to become the coach.
He's annoyed about it.
You know, and he's annoyed. He's maybe a little bit hurt, and sometimes you can feel it. So, of course, then come the wins with Canada, and he started feeling himself a little bit more. He wanted to push his own side to, you know, I'm one of you guys, and I think he pushed them a little bit away from the US side, so that now it's the situation that I think I was reading something that he said, I don't even want to coach anymore.
Yeah, he really has kind of burnt that bridge.
Yeah, he said
Exactly.
he never wants to coach the US.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a big statement, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It seems an unnecessary statement as well, given...
Of course, but I think too, with everything was out now and was talked in the TV and everything, I think everything was already done, that he would not coach the US anymore because everything would happen. So for him now to come out, that's just a statement from himself. I'm standing here and I'm man enough to say that I don't even want to be coaching this team, or this country.
Frank, I was thinking back to the semi-final in 2022 and I couldn't remember anything about it.
Me neither.
No, it was a
Well,
pretty...
we checked that France won 2-0.
France had 2 shots, Morocco had 1,
Yeah.
and that was it for the 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's going to be, of course, if they beat Paraguay, it will be that sort of game again, you feel?
Yeah, it will be tight. It will be tight because they know each other. Players, most players, we can mention Hakimi. Bouhaddi played with the French national team on the youth teams.
Under 21s.
And even under 21s, but even before. And it's the first time that he plays for Morocco. So they know very well each other. So they will be it will be a big fight, a big game. Hopefully the best is gonna go through and win. But it's gonna be a revenge maybe for Morocco against France for sure.